I have been on YouTube for the past 10 or so years now, on and off, within different niches and categories and channels. I've been all over the place, so I have picked up some skills over that period, which is why I've decided to do a monthly channel review of 5 different YouTube channels and give you my feedback and constructive criticism on how you can improve on certain aspects within your channel, your videos, and things like that. Now, before I get started, even though these channels may not be yours, still pull out a pen and notebook and take some notes, because a lot of the time where I'm telling people they can improve, you can also improve there as well. If you would like to be in one of my future monthly channel review videos, make sure you click the first link in the description down below, fill out the form there, and you'll go into the list of channel reviews. All right, let's get started. All right, before I do get started, guys, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and leave a like on the video just to let me know that you are enjoying this sort of content, and I'll make some more in the future. I just want to say thank you to everyone that did reply to me on Twitter to see if they could get their channel reviewed today. It was hard to pick 5 out of the list, but I will get to everyone eventually. The first channel that I decided to take a look at is Electroshark TV. Now, by the first glance, it's good to see that you do have a trailer, and it is a specific trailer video, not just a random video slapped on the front of your channel page. You do have your Twitter social in the top right hand corner, which is also great. The first sort of bit of feedback I would give is I can see you have 2 playlists, but you're not utilizing the full channel page to your advantage. So what I mean by that is when I scroll down on my channel page, you can see I have actually added in a few playlists and given those playlists a description as well. They play into keyword SEO and could help you rank higher in search, because playlists actually do rank in search now as well. So I've pretty much got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections of my videos. All right, let's take a look at some of your videos. So we don't have too many, we're still fairly new, 2 months. Oh, and you uploaded a video yesterday, great. Already has 10 views and 100% like, 6 likes, perfect. That's really good. So you do have some sort of little challenge series going here. I'm gonna say some sort of retro challenge. You could, for example, going back to those playlists, you could actually lump these guys into some sort of challenge playlist, and then with your Fortnite, a separate playlist as well, whether that's a compilation playlist or a challenge playlist. You could then divide them further, and a good thing to remember is you can also have one video in multiple playlists. So if it fits multiple categories, don't be scared of actually popping those types of videos in a few playlists themselves. Big tips would be, creating a playlist for each series or each game. That's definitely somewhere to look into. And the only thing I could probably suggest for your thumbnails is probably making some of the text a little bit bigger. So I can just make out that says challenge 2. You could cut out a bit of Electroshark here and just have his head and then verse, maybe the main character of the game that you are playing. But you do have a bit of a theme going on. You've got, the character to the left, and then you've got verse, and then this little sort of rainbow stripe. I'm going to say that's to do with the retro sort of category, but you're on the right path. Like you're definitely getting views for a small channel, and you're definitely drawing people in. It's really great to see that you've got a great description, and I was going to say I'm hoping some parents are running the channel, which is good to see here as well. Great. So you only joined January this year, which is awesome. In the featured channels, I can see you do have quite large YouTubers featured. My suggestion is reaching out to some smaller creators about the same size as you. If you're having a hard time finding smaller creators, you can actually use Social Blade to locate those as well. Send them a message, hey, do you want to put each other in our featured channels box? And see what you get back. It's also a good way to just reach out to your competitors and speak to them with a level head, saying, hey, we're not here to compete. Let's work together. Let's maybe collab down in the future as well. I would pop in probably a contact email just in case. You never know who's going to reach out, even if it is straight to the parents, not Electroshark himself. And any other links, if you've got a website, or if Twitter's the only thing you've got, you're already mastering that there. All right, I'm going to watch a couple of your videos and give some feedback on those in general. All right, so I've just clicked on your latest video. The description could use some work. This is where I like to advertise myself a little bit. A few tips I could say is you've definitely given the background story of the episode. You're definitely asking for people to like and subscribe. Good call to action there. I would probably space this out a little bit. And then it says giveaway at 100 subs. I'd be playing on that much more. I'd probably be providing a bit of a paragraph further down in the description, maybe a link to a giveaway or more information on that giveaway, maybe a possible video. It could even be an unlisted video. What I also like to do though is within my descriptions, I like to link to other videos. So if you're using cards and end screens, you would know that you can actually link to other videos, but use your description as well for that. And also link social media, anything else really. You have 5,000 characters to play with, so I would play with them to the max. Another good thing is I would post a comment, maybe something to do with the video. It is Fortnite, so generically speaking, you could say, do you love Fortnite as much as me, blah, 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 just to get the comment section rolling. Okay, so you do have a introduction on the video and it is really short, which is good to see. In the future though, if you do tend to see people dropping off when you do dive into your YouTube analytics to check out your audience retention and watch time, have a look, maybe go back even now, have a look at some of the videos and just pinpoint when people are dropping off. If they're dropping off within that first 7 seconds, it's your intro. Perfect, he's thanking everyone for subscribing. So his first 50 subscribers, which is always great to see. So far, I haven't seen any cards or anything. You can place some cards throughout the video. If a viewer, again, dive into your audience retention, when they are tending to drop off, pinpoint a card to maybe an older video or a newer video within the same category as well. So yes, that person is going to leave your video, but if you're giving them something to watch straight after that, that's what you want. Okay, so at the end, there were some call to actions. I know it's probably hard to organize a child to say, hey, play this game, record, and say all this stuff, but he did manage to actually do a pretty good call to action there. You know, asking everyone to subscribe, like, ding dong that notification bell, things like that. Okay, so there's no end screen at all. What I would suggest is there's a few ways to do this. Maybe when he is doing his call to action at the end of the video, you could have him sort of placed more directly on the screen and then actually have some videos to his right or left. You could actually get him to say, hey, click on these videos if you want to keep watching. Another way is to have a static image. So like your intro, have an actual outro, but set up like a end screen. So you can have your options for subscribing, watching another video, things like that. When you guys do make some merch, you can actually add in a website. So it's a good way to plug some merch at the end of your video. But other than that, all I can say is it was a good video. The only way to improve on the video aspect would be editing skills. And of course, as Electroshark matures, the content will get easier for him to make. Still fairly new. The amount of views and subscribers and likes you're gaining on a gaming channel, especially a child's channel, is really good. So far you're doing really well. Just taking a look at your title. Now, I don't play Fortnite, so I'm not within the niche of gaming, specifically Fortnite. I believe this would be your title, and then this would be something to do with the game. So to rearrange your title, I would have Fortnite Season 8 at the end, basically because you want to tease the viewer at the start with what's going to happen in the video, and then you can put your game at the end. So the heavyweight keyword always needs to be at the start of the title for it to include as a keyword. So right now you're competing for Hurry Human Hamster Balls. I don't know how often that is searched, but Fortnite Season 8 is definitely searched, but it's way too competitive to target that particular audience. So I would play with your enticing title at the front end. And then once you do have a play around with your title, let's just suggest or just say that this is going to be a title. I would 110% say that you need to somehow include word for word in the exact layout that you've got in the title, in the description, and then also in your tags. So that would be your long tail keyword in both title, description, tags, and then break that keyword down into short keywords as well, and then have a play around with those. I would suggest definitely putting a bunch more keywords in to your tag section, utilize it to your full potential. So like I said, have a play around with that. Maybe have a look at some Fortnite popular tags as well if it correlates with what's happening in the video. You know, you could even use goofing around in Fortnite or goofing around in Fortnite Season 8. You can play on those words, and what I would suggest as well is jumping into the YouTube search bar and start typing Fortnite Season 8 and then spacebar, and it'll start to give you some recommendations for that video. But yeah, other than that, it's going really well. So I'd like to come back to this in the next 6 months or so and see how it's doing. All right, moving on to channel number 2. It is currently raining, so I'm really sorry if you can hear that. We are taking a look at Little Kitchen Big Food. Now I can see here we've got a channel trailer, but it is just one of our normal videos. That's fine, it's better than having nothing, but I would suggest working on a channel trailer, just talking about yourself and what the channel is and what to expect. I'm sure you have a bunch of B-roll of you actually making food or preparing food that you could throw in there as well. And it's a good way to direct people to the content that you want to push in front of them. I don't see any featured channels, but that's okay. You are utilizing a playlist, and then you've got just your uploads. Like I mentioned in the previous review, I would definitely have a play around with different playlists, especially if you're cooking like desserts or soups and steak and different categories of food as well, or even different cuisines and food from different cultures. You can definitely play on those playlists as well. The more the merrier. So put a video in multiple playlists. You do have your socials in the top right hand corner and a website as well, which is really great to see. Let's jump into your about section. Awesome. So you do have a bit of an about section. This is basically what you need to include in your channel trailer. Nice link to your website. Oh, you do have a business email, which is great, and your website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Awesome to see. Really, really awesome. Okay, so you do have a bunch of playlists. I would definitely chuck more of these on your front page. All of them. Throw them all in, or you pick the top 5 that you think are doing the best. I'm just going to jump into one of them. I'll jump into desserts. Okay, so what you need to do is go into all of your different playlists and give them a description. So let me just jump back to mine. As you can see here, I've given a description. So what you can do is you can play around with keywords and type them out in a humanely way, because they do show up in search. So it is a good way to share around some playlists and get ranked in search as well. But that's great to see that you've got a few playlists already set up. Okay, so it is a food channel, but I can see you've got different sort of content here and there. Wow, that rain. It's really loud rain, sorry guys. But as you can see, you've jumped from, making some mayonnaise to getting 100% like rating. Although you're getting the views here, the like rating did drop. So it probably is because, you've jumped from making some food to a totally different topic, but that's okay. It's a great way to see, hey, maybe this content should go on my second channel. Another example would be here and then here as well. So it's people have subscribed for a particular type of content, and then when you go ahead and upload something totally different, they're like, whoa, I didn't subscribe to this. But we can only improve, can't we? All right, I'm going to pick one of your videos. I'm going to go sort by most popular just to see what we've got here. Portuguese bean soup. Perfect. You really captivated the audience there. You straight were into saying, this is what we're going to make. Do you want to do it? Let's go. You could easily just pop in a quick, if you're going to enjoy this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But you're straight in within 10 seconds of the video, you're already onto it. You're not beating around the bush, you're seriously into the video, which is awesome to see. I haven't seen any cards yet, but what I want to suggest specifically for DIY and cooking sort of channels is, let's just say this isn't Portuguese soup at all. Let's say this sauce, we'll pretend whatever is in the pot was a sauce that was previously made with a different video, and you purposely didn't show how to make said sauce in this video. This is when you can actually pop a card up in the corner and make sure you say in the video, if you want to make this sauce, click the card up in the corner and I'll show you how to. It's just a great little tip for the DIY channels, because you can divert once the attention of the audience starts to dwindle, you can actually divert them to somewhere else if they're interested in it. But yeah, I would definitely be utilizing some of your other videos in these if you can, or I see you use some pasta in there as well. You could say, hey, I've actually made this pasta from scratch, link to this video. Great way to disperse those views on all of your videos. Okay, so you do have an end screen. It would be good to see some more sort of maybe a quick time lapse of what's to come in the next video. You could even just do a blank sort of image, get, kitchen, cooking. A lot of the time they use animated images like cartoons. You jump onto Fiverr. Someone could whip up, something on Fiverr with a cartoon sort of theme. You could easily advertise your website or blog here as well. And you could just, instead of just having a black screen, direct someone to it. It could just be you at the end of your video saying, hey, if you want to watch the next video, make sure you click over here. It just, when it comes to wanting your audience to do something, you have to actually tell them. They're not going to go ahead and do it unless you tell them. So at the end of my videos, I always say, hey, click on the video if you want to keep watching, blah, blah, blah. But seriously, so far so good. Moving on to your titles, short and simple, very, very short and simple. You wouldn't even need to put your username at the end of here. We know that you're on your channel. You're probably just you're flooding the search engine by having that here. This how to, the best keyword you could have is to start with how to. And I would definitely be playing on just the how to make Portuguese bean soup. And then in your description, again, I would be filling this with related recipes, link to your blog. If you do have a recipe on your blog, I would be, filling it up with what to watch next, your social media accounts, your website, things like that. Fill it, absolutely fill it. Have a look at some of my descriptions if you need to. You got the comments, people are loving it. Yeah, no, you're on the right direction. You seriously are. I would, consider dropping the username at the end. Let's have a look at your tags. Perfect. Yeah, you're ranking. You're ranking with you got this. I couldn't suggest anything else. I would probably get rid of things that aren't related, like knife skills. You could get rid of food TV, the genre sort of stuff. You probably get rid of the Michelin, because then you can play on the keywords for Portuguese bean soup. So you could say, instead of how to make, how to prepare, or how to cook. There's so many ways to play on the how to make keyword that you could fill this with related keywords that give you the same meaning, instead of filling it with single keywords that are way too competitive. Because if you search cooking on YouTube, you're not going to come up. So there's really no point putting it here. So I'd get rid of cooking, food, kitchen, cooking. I'd get rid of all of that and only have your tags filled with your keyword, which is how to make Portuguese bean soup. But yeah, play on that. With your video thumbnails, I would totally get rid of little kitchen, big food. If you have a logo, definitely you can place a small logo on the thumbnail, but it really doesn't matter. And what I would do is I'd split the thumbnail in half. So half text, half photo. For example, I do actually have a link to some thumbnail templates, and there is a thumbnail in there that I would highly suggest you use. I'll quickly show you. Okay, so I'll provide a link in the description for everyone. So if you wanted to, I've actually made these thumbnails for you guys, so just as templates, but I was talking about this one. So what I would do, I would go ahead and put my image of my food here, edit it up a little bit, make it look fancy, and then change this to whatever color you'd like, black, whatever. And then this is where you can play with your text. Definitely when it comes to food. But yeah, I'd get rid of your little username on the title and the thumbnails, because you're getting the clicks without it. All right, moving on to channel number 3. We are taking a look at simple woodworking. Okay, right off the cuff, I can see you've got some amazing channel art, and you've got your Twitter, Instagram, I'm assuming that might be, personal website. I would go ahead and place one of your videos as a channel trailer if you don't have a channel trailer already, just so as soon as someone comes onto your channel, that video automatically starts playing and grabs people's attention. In your featured channels, I would probably, like the first review, I'd reach out to other woodworking, smaller creators and see if they'd like to maybe collab in the future or put each other in your featured channels. It's definitely not a sub for sub. It's a great way to branch out and meet people within your niche. All right, let's take a look at your about section first. Perfect. Like I mentioned before, you can put this into a channel trailer, elaborate it a little bit, make a 3-minute video, and that's it, done. Really great to see. You've got your links down here as well. I'd add a business email. You never know who wants to reach out to you unless you've got one on your personal website. I would still pop one here. Man, all of these channels are fairly new as well. Welcome to YouTube, guys. Okie doke. So these are your videos. I want to say I already like your thumbnails. I probably wouldn't change them too much instead of having a generic sort of, template color. No, it's good, really good with the thumbnails. It shows off what you're doing already. You'll gain better thumbnail making skills. So the only thing I could really suggest if I was going to is probably brighten up the background and make the shelf more of the main part of the thumbnail. Because you are a DIY, you want to show off that end result so people click on the video. But that just comes with the experience of making thumbnails. Okay, so you've got home decor, tool reviews, and 2-day house build. Let's take a look at your home decor. I would definitely chuck in a bit of an about sort of section for the playlist, just saying something about all the home decor furniture that you make and how easy it is and, to rank in search. But yeah, I think you've got the idea of playlists there as well. Tool reviews, let's have a look. Yeah, no, I think you've got the idea for that. I'm going to pick one of your videos and I'm going to have a look. All right, first of all, this is a great topic. Something versus something. Great. Awesome. It's good to see that you're utilizing your description a lot more than others. Great work. The only thing I'd suggest is you can actually put the hashtag. If you are using hashtags in your description, I'd put it all the way at the bottom because it is really irrelevant to anything that someone's reading at the top. Like if this was something important, I probably wouldn't read past the hashtag. Great amount of views, great amount of likes, great. I see you've actually added in your own comment and pinned it, which is awesome to see. And I can see here that someone who looks like they might be within your niche has already reached out to you. So it might even be a good idea to jump in their comment section or if they've got a contact and see if they want to, collab or feature each other in the featured channel section. All right, now taking a look at your tags, I can see that you're using a lot of short tail keywords. When it comes to YouTube and starting to grow, you want to use the long tail keywords the most. So that's 3 to 4 words per keyword. So a keyword here would just be brushless versus brushed tools. That would be your first one. And then you can elaborate more on that as well, like I'm not really into tools, so I couldn't tell you what to elaborate on, but you can definitely check out a few keyword tools, even just VidIQ or TubeBuddy, to see how you can play on that keyword. Okay, so I've just punched this into TubeBuddy, brushless versus brushed tools, and you've got some related search queries here that might relate to your video as well, so I'd definitely take a look at those. Let's have a look at the results. So you've got a video here, brushless versus brushed tools, with 110k views, and there's another one with 331. Let's go with number 2. Perfect. And we scroll down to their tag section. You can see they've got brushless drill, brushless tools. They're actually naming brands as well, so maybe you could look at that also. And we'll have a look at number 3 as well. Yep, so he's got brushless drill test, brushed first, brushed motor. You can have a look at your competitors, the ones with the higher views, and take a look at what keywords they're using. It's a good way to grow. All right, moving on to channel number 4, we are taking a look at health, wellness, and lifestyle. In the channel banner, I would say that's awesome. Uploads 3 times weekly. You've got your socials as well, and it gives me the idea that we are going to be talking about health, wellness, and possibly remedies for that. So if I'm right, let me know. We don't have any feature channels, that's okay. I can see we've got a introduction video. Now it does look like you've just uploaded this and left it as is. I would maybe title it welcome to and then your channel name, and then I would add in a description. Even if you've got a generic description, add it in. And then maybe at the top, you can get a little bit more personal about your channel, where you're at, what you're doing, things like that. Awesome. I can see that you're using playlists and you are actually adding a description to some of those. I would 100% add a description to every single playlist. But you know what? You've added a description to most. Okay, a little bit of an about section and a disclaimer because you are talking about health. You do have your business email and your links and a nice little subscribe button there as well. Now, the theme of your thumbnails is amazing. The only thing I would suggest is getting rid of the small name and the description and going big with your title. Now, what I generally say is if you can't break down your title into 3 words, break it down into 5 words and try to fit it in a nice way so that I can actually see it. Because imagine if someone was scrolling through YouTube and they couldn't see the title, which a lot of the time is if you have a longer title, we can't see it. So to get someone's eye, you will need to attract them by the thumbnail first. So take a look at your thumbnails and find ways to rearrange that title in an eye-catching way to actually get clicks on your videos. Because for all I know, you could be providing amazing content inside your videos, but no one's clicking on them because I don't know what it's about. But yeah, overall, I don't have any other criticism for you other than just the playlists and thumbnails. Okay, so your channel is a channel where you don't have to include yourself. So you're entirely extracted from the channel, I believe. It is just going to be a lot of video and stock footage, stock photos with your voice over and a lot of information on the screen at a time. The only downside to this is I don't think anyone's going to read what's on the screen. So you could possibly get rid of it entirely and just have more images. But I couldn't see any cards at all there as well. Okay, so you do have some sort of an end screen, which is great. I would probably animate it just that little bit more, just so people know where to go next. You could have a little bit of a blurb here to say, hey, if you want to know 5 natural hair treatments you can make right at home, click here and then subscribe for more. But overall, I think, yeah, you got your about section, the disclaimer. You could pop in your social media accounts and things like that as well, and link to some other content here also. So I would definitely play on your keyword more in your tag section over using healthcare, healthy habits, just your generic. So you've got how to improve memory. I would definitely play on the fact that it's something you shouldn't do on the toilet is play with your phone. So I definitely play with that keyword a lot more than just having generic short tail keywords in here. Like why you should never use your phone on the toilet is a ranking of 7. So you could even go, you should never use your phone on the toilet. You can play with it. So that'll probably even rank more. But yeah, definitely play with the thumbnails, playlists, and your tags. All right, we have reached our last channel. Number 5 is Biscuits and Tea Gaming. Let's check it out. So congratulations, you actually reached 100 subscribers. That's awesome. I can see you've got here in your top right, you do have your socials, which is great to see. I'll probably get rid of follow me on Instagram. You know, when people come to YouTube, they want to stay here. They don't necessarily want to go anywhere. So that is a little bit too eye-catching for me if you'd want them to stay and watch your videos. I can see you do have a trailer channel, which is awesome to see, and you do have, you know, your little blurb about it as well, and it does automatically play at the same time. All right, let's take a look. So you got your normal uploads, popular uploads, and then you've got your different Let's Plays, which is really good to see. The only thing I'm sort of noticing is the thumbnail patterns. Let me use this one for an example. So you've got this sort of different layout. Yeah, so each thumbnail is very different. What I would do is I would probably try to make, let's say, depraved Let's Play, put it in the bottom left-hand corner, and have some sort of gradient across, and then you can just add in your episode number, and then behind it, leave it transparent so you can just add in your images. It's a great way to just have this thumbnail template that you can just smack on an image and it's done for you. Again, the thumbnails are varying a little bit in all of them, but that is all I can say really about that. Let's take a look at your about section. Good to see, good to see. Yeah, I would just change these just to say Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, because if someone's actually interested in going to those, they will. Again, just having a look at your playlist. I just want to click into one of them just to check it. I would definitely pop in a little bit of a blurb here as well. I actually run a gaming channel as well. I focus on Minecraft. I definitely would pop in a bit of an about section there. Okay, I'm going to jump into Minecraft just because that's where I know my skills are. Minecraft My World Tour. So is this the first episode for something? I'm not entirely sure. Episode structure for gaming channels, if it is a series or if it's a one-off episode, that's fine. Then I would definitely probably use your username in this, like Biscuits and Tea Gaming World Tour, and I would definitely use that as a tag. So you do have Minecraft World Tour, Minecraft My World. I would fill these tags up. What I would highly recommend is getting TubeBuddy or VidIQ and jumping into the keyword Explorer. So let's go Minecraft World Tour. It's very, very poor. So it's already deciding to play on those keywords for you. So Minecraft World Tour Survival. And then what you can do is you can actually jump over here to the results tab and have a look at other people's videos. See what they are using in their videos. So let's click on it. Okay, so because Python he's quite a large YouTuber, of course, he gets to play on his name. So Python's World, he's got Minecraft World Tour, Minecraft Python's World Tour. You can actually play in with your username. Gaming and especially Minecraft is such a hard niche to get in, but once you're in, it gets a little bit easier. It is a little bit difficult to be a gamer and not be focusing on one game. So if you are, I know there's a lot of gamers out there. If you are creating a channel, I highly suggest focusing on one game for 3 or so months and then switching to another game and testing it out to see what your channel and what your audience is reacting to. Unfortunately, when it comes to YouTube, you are there to serve your audience. You make content for them, not for yourself. But when it comes to gaming, it's a lot of people's hobbies. They go to gaming as an outlet and they want to create the content they want because they like to play that game. Unfortunately, that's not how YouTube works. If you're seeing results from one type of content, buckle down and create that content until you can choose what content to make. Holy cow. I was just recording for 45 minutes. I definitely will chop it up so you guys don't have to sit through such a long amount of content. But I just want to say again, thank you to everyone that did allow me to go through and sift through your channel and give you some feedback on where you can improve. Like I said at the start, there is a link in the description down below so you can put your name down for my next round of monthly channel reviews. But other than that, I really would appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button and give me a like or dislike rating. And I'll see you in my next video. See you later.